G'day everyone, welcome to another episode of Grease and Gas, powered by Caprice Media. Sandra and I are here at the revival of the Victorian Hot Rod Show. We're here in the main hall, which is full of hot rods, customs, nostalgia cars and a couple of drag cars I wouldn't mind owning. So this is more in Sandra's wheelhouse. I'm going to go and get us coffee. See you later in the Camaro and Street Machine section.
We'll see Jamie later, but I'm going to take you through some of the cars here on the Marsh Rodders stand. Now the Marsh Rodders always have awesome cars. So we're going to kickstart it off here with Costa's car. Costa always builds amazing cars. This one I'm sure, like, is obviously unfinished, but I have no doubt will become an amazing car. So it'll be interesting to see in the future what he ends up doing with this, what colour he paints it. If he paints it, we'll see. It'll be, watch this space. Cherie. Now, it's a funny story with Cherie. She owns this little roadster here. What have we got here? It's got a supercharged 383 in it. I actually get mistaken for Cherie. She actually used to do the go to woe at the Nationals, and a lot of people, she's blonde, curly hair like me, and I often get mistaken for her, but no, not me, but she is legendary, and she used to steer that little tea bucket at the Nationals, and she did an awesome job. Who have we got next? Tony Cilia. We've got his 32 Roadster here. It's got a 454 hidden under there, so you wouldn't know, would you? So a little sleeper there. I'm sure it gets along quite well there. What have we got here? 32 Ford Vicky, owned by Rick. It's got an LTI Chev V8 in it. So Vickies are a little bit different to Tudors, because you'll see how the back of it is more bubbly along the back. So with a Tudor, they don't tend to have that back on them. So that's how you kind of differentiate the two of them, if you weren't sure. There's a little bit of inside knowledge there. Another one of Costa's cars. Like I said, he does build some awesome cars. This one's got a 572 Chev. He is known for owning some pretty cool chunky NA motors when you hear them start up. So like I said, yeah, pretty cool. The Marsh Rodders always have a really good stable. The next one coming up is Tony Horn, and Tony is actually responsible. He is the one who painted both of my hot rods. So they had a business in Sunshine called Horny Performance, and they've always built amazing driving cars, and this is Tony's brand new hot rod. It is, I've got to check now, it's a sedan. I don't know if it's a 33 or 40, it is a 33. And how you can tell it's a 33 is the grille. It's not always 100%, because some people change grills and put 34s in there, but a 33 grill has a slight curve in it compared to a 34. So Tony is running a 429 big block in this, and I absolutely love it. Tony's absolutely smashed it out of the ballpark on this car. I think the colour, the wheels, everything just flows, and knowing one of Tony's car, it will drive like a brand new car, because they just build awesome cars. Another one here is Clinton's car, which is Tony's son, and his 34 Coupe Ute. Now, if you don't know much about utes, this is where it all begun in 1934 with Henry Ford, when a farmer asked if he could have a car that he could use as a farm car and also drive to church on Sunday. So rather than being a pickup, which has a separate bed, the ute bed actually extends all the way through. So that is one of the first Australian utes that were ever produced in 1934. And this example here has got, I'm pretty sure it's a 302 it's running at the moment. I should have looked at the board, but it actually is a manual as well. And Clinton has driven that all over the place. It's been on the road for about 20 years now, and yeah, done heaps of Ks. Again, a very good driving car. Another one here, this one's been around a long time, and I have a feeling Costa did actually own this at one stage, but it is now owned by Peter Douglas. It's running a 302, and a very iconic car that's been around for a lot of years as well. So still looking amazing there, and it is you can see it's in driving condition. Like, the cars in here aren't all show cars. Many of them are like this, where they have driven the miles, and you know what? I love that. Who have we got next up? We've got Easty. Now, Easty is known for his blown Tirana and the burnout scene. You might have seen him out and about. So this man knows how to steer, but he likes to get out in his family as well, in the 33 Tudor there as well. So, and as I pointed out before, like I said, that difference in the back that you see with a Vicky versus a Tudor, you can see it's a bit more flat on the back, and I love it. It's very Bonnie and Clyde style, the Tudor that he's got. So it is a very cool car, totally different to his Tirana, but very cool. And lastly, in this little section of the Marsh Rodders cars, we've got this 36 Coupe here. It is running a 363 Windsor V8. Nice to see a Ford-powered Ford. Now, we've got 300 all Victorian cars here in the show, and Jamie's going to show us the other room There's another 50 cars on display up there.
Thanks, Sandra. Greg's managed to run all the way over here to a secondary hall, and if you think it's funny watching him run with a camera and mics and all sorts of gear, it is. Come with us, we'll have a look at some more street machines and hot rods. First up, we've got a 27T model of Mark Rudolph, president of the Grampians Grease Monkeys. This car runs a modified A model chassis with a 16-inch Z-notch in the rear of it. Over that is a channeled body. And to make things different, he's running a very highly detailed Zephyr 2.5 litre 6-cylinder and automatic transmission. Other highlights.
Love the panel paint job they've done on there. You can see there how much the body's channeled over there. So that definitely gives him a bit less leg room inside. So
it doesn't look like a crossblow cylinder head there with the exhaust and the intake manifold all on the same side there.
As you can see, there's not much room between the seat and the floor, so I guess your legs are very much out forward there. So love the 59-inch 60 Impala dash that he's definitely chopped down. It does look very cool.
Carrying the paint scheme through to the centre console and running the period correct steel wheels and white walls.
Those 59 Cadillac taillights, which are very popular.
Sitting over here we've got a car with a fair bit of history, Alan Whelan's 39 Chevy sedan.
So if you want more information of this, hit up Christine Carr, from Hot Rod Custom Images. That's her uncle who's owned this car, and it's an old hot rod build. It's got a lot of history and so forth, which you can see on the A board there. So it runs the peanut mags.
Yeah, and I noticed it's on dual fuel, which would make it, he's definitely been out and about in this one. A lot of kilometres done, and looking at these photos, he's not afraid to smoke the tyres.
No, good for a skid. So that's what they used to do, and well, they kind of still do these days, just not as much.
That's it, and we got this. We don't know much about this one. This one looks like a chopped.
It's a 33 grille, definitely by the curve there. So and that, I think you call it a street rod due to its colour and wheels and stance.
Yeah, very simple, very plain, and nice billet wheels and. Yeah, great stance. And looking at the Grampians Grease Monkeys club display, they've definitely put 110% into presenting their club as best they can, that's for sure.
It does look good, doesn't it? And always these clubs, when they put in a good display with their cars. Really,
that's it. It's a good day out to build a team with your club, and one of their members possibly here is a 54-ish Chevy sedan delivery that gives a bit of a US Army vibe in its colour scheme. A high-riser low-car style shifter there, and hopefully that doesn't travel too far forward when you're putting it in the park, because you'll be adjusting that rear view mirror a fair bit.
Yeah, that's for sure.
What do we got here? We got a 36 Chevy Businessman's Coupe, maybe, I don't know.
Businessman's Coupe, yeah, but they normally only run the 2 seats, and the back's just empty there, which was used for storage, and I think they used to put the seats down and actually sleep in there, but...
Or moonshine, one or the other.
Yeah. Well, this one's got a bit of a bombs theme about it. It's got the drop visor on the front and the Mexican blanket on the back there.
It's got the period correct probably, torque thrust wheels, very timeless wheel on most cars.
Popular.
And over here we've got the 36 or 7 Ford two-door. Not really sure, looking at around the parcel shelf and the sides of it, it looks like it was not originally a convertible. Just the profile from the side sort of gives it, like we chopped it off through the quarter glass there at the back there. Brave move with the white running boards and what have you. It's definitely a custom windscreen frame, or windshield frame we'll say. And
we can see on the other side here there's whether you technically call it a cast on top or it's very similar to a cast on top, is basically a hard top with a soft vinyl top on it. So, which is the roof, and was a thing that they used to do back then.
Now we're first of a lineup of beautiful custom lines, from Victorias to just normal custom lines, and this first one here is running probably a reasonably warm 312 Y block. Whether that's a standard size for a later model car, I don't know. Putting all that to the ground through a 4-speed top loader and a 9-inch, and looking inside, you know, like the inner guards and what have you, I imagine this is just as clean underneath as it is on top.
Look at, what's that badge say? It's not sure what that badge was saying there, but yeah, the blue and white interior, and I reckon that's a Pearlcraft steering wheel on there. It's all adds that 50s timeless vibe, and he's gone a bit different with, looks like cowhide carpet, I guess you might call it, so something a bit different.
That's it, so it always smells like steak.
It smells like a steakhouse.
It's like a steakhouse. Oh yeah, plenty of spats on it, and the Continental kit here, and some custom airbrush work there. How he likes to see the car, I guess, and yeah, just one of a lineup of incredible looking custom lines.
So this one's Jason Taranto's custom line. I believe he's had it for over 20 years. The Tarantos are very well known for their Ford Vickies and you know, those custom lines and that sort of thing. They've got a fair collection of them.
I think they've even got a blue mainline ute or something, is that right?
Yeah. Probably have. Between them all, there's probably, they've got half the collection of the Vickies and custom
whatever
lines,
custom lines were available. This one's running a 351 Cleveland through a C10 auto, 3,800 RPM converter, and a 411 geared 9-inch. Timeless, of course, just sitting on a set of satin centre lines, and just a neatly presented car that probably has plenty of get up and go.
They're definitely good drivers, that's for sure. But here's another one. This one's a Victoria, isn't it? It's not a custom line, I believe. It's a Victoria, which you can see the different moulds. Got the Continental kit on there with the spare on the back, and done the brushwork, the spats, and the wire wheels look very timeless on this one. It's got that little extra moulds on there, which I think, well, it's right-hand drive, which I don't know if it's been converted or whether it's an Aussie built one from scratch there. There's got the extra spotlight, I don't know.
Spotlight,
yeah, police light, got the mirror on the back and the spotlight on the front, which is something different.
Very, very subtle pinstriping, you know, in different spots of the car, very tasteful. Yeah, again, we don't know, like Chevrolet brought in cars that were Australian delivered, you know, maybe Ford did too. You can let us know the full poop on that. It's running probably a pretty mild wire block with a couple of tiny little hollies there. But look, it probably makes it powerful yet very practical and drivable. So
it gives it the look too with the 2-barrel carbies, which was the hopped up version you could buy back then. And so this is Matt's car. Di actually photographed Matt's car up in Ballarat for Cruising magazine, and
yeah, this thing runs a pretty hot wire block. I'm not sure if it's a stroker or it's bored out, but one thing we did notice, of course, is that it's actually running a sneaky little Nitrous Express kit there. I have seen and heard this thing cruising around Ballarat. She's a tough old thing, and you definitely want to have your suspension and handling dialed in if you get this thing out of shape. That's for sure. But immaculately presented car. That's just, you know, he hasn't gone the 351 Cleveland or 351 Windsor. He's kept it all in the same family, but yeah, done a lot with it, which probably isn't that straightforward.
I reckon he's got about 600 horsepower out of that wide block, which is pretty impressive.
Over here we've got
Darren Young's
HD. This was a standout. You cannot walk past this car.
Won a top 10 while it was there too, which was congratulations to him, and well deserved.
definitely wouldn't mind seeing this thing outside, and if he watches this, please bring it to Showcars Melbourne. Beautiful engine bay, beautifully presented little 355 Holden stroker in it. I think it's a manualised Trimatic, running a 10-bolt rear end, but lots of Premier style chrome on it, beautiful tan leather interior, great stance, the centerline Warrior wheels. I mean, a lot of people love a HR, so this thing being what it is stands out more, being a HD, and the steel cowl induction bonnet just sets it off. Again, love to see this thing outdoors. The paint is incredible.
It does look good. It's good stance and a good driver too, which is impressive.
So come over here to Gary Cicluna's 1978 Escort panel van.
Skid Row is what it's called. It's been around a while, and yet still looks immaculate, like as if it's just been finished. So Gary's done all the work himself, or a lot of the work, and a lot of the custom work as well, and has always presented it with the that high-end detail, full display and everything, which is fantastic to see.
I believe he may have been a panel beater or spray painter at some point, so he's definitely had a lot of hands-on input into this car. It's top to bottom, just a stunning Escort panel van, and since it was purchased in 1986, it's just been an ever-evolving project. Like I said, if he found something unusual or something he could do better with the wheel nuts, he probably would have. And comprehensive rebuild underneath, top to bottom, has had a lot of success in different show results, and you just have to keep track of it to see what he's changed on it every time you see it.
It's done amazing, and it looks timeless too. It's the way he's done the interior and so forth, so he's kept it up to date, which is great to see.
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever look dated. It'll always look current.
So this is Phil Bartolo's Willys. This was finished, well, it's still in the build actually, so body work was done by Andy and John from Area 51 in Wood End. Those guys do some great work. Love the rivet work. Nothing's welded, it's all riveted.
Yeah, it's got a custom chassis built by Ronick Custom Bits. It gives it the Gasser suspension style and Gasser stance. Powered by a big block Ford that's yet to be started. It's also running Paul Rogers built Turbo 400, shifted by a group of lightning rod shifters. The theme of it, I guess, having spoken to Phil, is a bit of a 50s, 60s aircraft, like your bomber, it's just bare steel, riveting, lots of hand fabrication, raw steel.
Very nostalgic, is what they were doing after the war, was getting the old bombers and the rest of it and pulling stuff off them and using the bomber seats and bomber tanks and things like that.
Yeah, because like the military sort of fabricate strong structures with minimal weight. The fuel tank there is, we know for sure, is definitely at least part of some form of aircraft air tank.
So this is Mick Dobbins EH. It's a beautiful street machine style, custom built wheels, running a 350 with a turbo 350 and a Skyline diff, which is something a bit different. Custom black metallic, had a really nice greeny bronze pearl through it, which looked really good.
Another one that you get more than one colour out of if it's indoors under lights or outdoors even, but when it was sort of unveiled at Showcars Moonee Valley, it just, another car, you just couldn't walk past it. It had such a great shine to it, such great fit and finish. The tan leather interior is, outstanding, and like Greg said, these are custom design, custom cut wheels that may or may not have been done by Dragway when they were still around, if they're still around. And just a beautiful car that is, can't wait to see this thing out cruising around. It should be an awesome car to see driving around out in the sunshine. Here we've got
Winston Spiteri.
that's it.
A local from Melbourne there with his 442. I did a photo shoot of this one a few years ago for Cruiser magazine, which he's got on display there. So he's kept it in it's got like a good original condition, a little bit of day 2 stuff going on, a little bit of his own choice as well.
Yeah, definitely saw this at Queenscliff, I think it was, and that's a pretty rowdy sounding little Oldsmobile big block there, and it goes through a 4-speed manual as well. As you can see, it's got a very factory looking interior, save for the steering wheel and extra gauges to keep an eye on that hot Olds motor. I believe, looking at the axles through the centre of the rear wheels, it may be running maybe a Moser 9-inch or a 12 bolt, and getting it done through some Mickey Thompsons wrapped around some weld wheels.
But yeah, we don't see too many of these cars over here, so it's good to see something a bit different for the muscle car getting around. So and yeah, definitely beautiful black paint job on there, and I guess a bit of a challenge to keep clean too, isn't it?
That's it. And lastly, we've sort of got a Chevy Roadster built by Johnny Z's originally. Loving the colour combo. Wish you could really sort of see along the running boards and fenders and what have you the grey that's on there, but the subtle sort of transition between the 3 colours and is awesome, and another quality build by Jack and the team at Johnny Z's.
They've done a great job.
Hey, from the moment of my open eye, been looking for a guided light to lead me on my way. Yeah, lost, struggling to make the top. A slipping grip can't hold me up. It's the game of life we play. When everything comes crashing down behind your door, when I hear the sound, you say the word and I'll stay the night. You wouldn't text if you moved on. You wouldn't keep me in your phone unless you knew that you were wrong. But I hold on. But I hold on. But I hold on for dearest life until you're gone. I'm out of the frame, don't hold your breath. I'm used to the pain, but baby, don't forget. It's all fun and game until the final step. That's when you overstep. You know that I'm weak, you exploit that, yeah. I'm down on my knees when you place your bet. Keep telling myself it's the last of it. But I hold on. When everything comes crashing down, you wouldn't keep me in your phone unless you knew that you were wrong. But I hold on. But I hold on. But I hold on. Yeah, hold on. But I city couldn't even compare. Ragged down highway, too many miles from home. Heading for a fall, had to get up to crawl. I ain't got no time to stall. On my way to nowhere, I'm not afraid at all.
Sandra's got her incredible knowledge about hot rods and customs. This is more in my wheelhouse, the American muscle car. Got the Victorian Camaro Firebird owners group here. They've put on a display of 10 cars. Let's go have a look at a few of them and I'll tell you what I know about them. The first one we've got is a 68 SS. It's got the RS option with the hideaway headlights and what they call technically an egg crate bonnet scoops or vents. Option with a vinyl top, blue interior, lots of extra chrome. What's this one? Automatic. Got the gauges in the centre console. 350 small block. So this will get along all right. Got random people touching the cars. And this would be, nearly a triple blue. Is this considered? It wouldn't be considered like a triple blue car, is it? Because it's got the white vinyl top and white stripes and that.
It is an all original car though. It's all numbers matching vehicle.
Righto, yeah.
So, yeah.
Very original, yeah.
That's why there's little imperfections everywhere in it.
Ah, righto, yeah. No, it still scrubs up. Nice one. Very nice.
Thank you.
So it's a 350 turbo 350 and 12 bolt.
Yep.
Yeah. Righto.
All the genuine RSSS.
Four-wheel disc or drums on the back?
Nah, drums on the back.
Drums on the back.
So,
all right. That was a pretty rare option. Disc brakes on the back.
So
Yeah.
It actually didn't have disc brakes on the front.
Oh, right, yeah.
Put disc brakes on the front.
Yeah.
Only because if you wanted to stop in Melbourne, you had to start putting the foot on the brake in Sydney.
Yeah, I know that feeling, yeah.
But I've still got all the original drums and everything.
To put it back the way it was. Awesome, man. Thank you very much. So very original.
Thank you.
And over here we got a weapon of a car. Arthur's 68 Camaro.
Oh, sorry, man.
That was a special guest. This car is running a 540 big block. I believe this is like within a few tenths of a 9-second car. 9 seconds regularly street driven, naturally aspirated street car. it does get up to bright rod run and what have you, and apparently it's for sale. I think from memory Arthur has said that the paint and body and stuff on this is almost all original, but running gear wise it's a bit of an animal, and he will supply the parts that come with it as an original car. But running low 10s, nearly high 9s, why would you bother? And we got this, another 68 Rally Sport. This would almost be considered, yeah, blue on blue interior, blue paint. This one's a 327 Rally Sport, so it also has the hideaway headlights, extra chrome.
Where's the Toronto hole?
Gauges on the centre console.
Can anyone see the Toronto hole anyway? I'll get there eventually.
Get this, Greg.
When the Toronto hole coming?
Pick your friends carefully, very carefully, and then double check your decision. Thanks, Al.
Where's your car?
Hey, down there.
So when's the Toronto hole coming?
Yeah, it's that way. Yeah, I don't really know that a lot of the extra chrome work here and that is part of an RS package, or seems to be. It's definitely a nice piece of chrome to have there. And we got this big block powered 68 here. I believe this has done a couple of drag challenges maybe. Running low 13s and driving hundreds of Ks at a time. It's a good practical car. I think the rear suspension in it is quite basic, but it still gets the job done. Not 100% sure. It says it's a 454. It's definitely a big block. And as you can see, the Camaro Firebird owners have got some really cool signs and graphics done. And we've got another, this is a 67 Camaro. Nice little steering wheel on it. And this one's taken a different avenue with painting the whole engine bay the same colour as the car. Normally they're like a matte or satin black. This one running a 350 Chev, and it's apparently envy green. So we've got another one here, the 3rd gen Camaro, 1985. 350 Chev. That was a pretty rare option to come into Australia. These were actually brought in predominantly with a 5 litre in them. So if you, Rachel, who's organised this event, she's got one like this, but it's a 350, and this one's a 350 and a 5-speed probably. So I don't think they're an LS, definitely not an LS. But yeah, the 350 was a very rare option here in Australia. And this 67 here, it's probably one of the first times people have seen this out in public apparently. Very tough car, very nice silver paint, the orange stripes go with it really well. It's running a fairly worked 396, but it's also running a Pro Charger with an intercooler and making the numbers. But yeah, that one's back to the satin black engine bay, nice and tidy. Very factory. Say hello to Rachel here. She organised this. She managed to get 10 blokes to do what she wanted them to do. And over here we got Black Beauty. This one belongs to Tim Hodges. This is a full Pro Touring build, this one. It's got the best of the best. It's got a really wild injected LS1 I think, or 3. It's got like intake trumpets. Beautiful deluxe factory style interior, except for like steering wheel and gauges and what have you, and definitely got all the, still got leaf springs in the back, which is a bit of a surprise, but that'd all be tuned carefully, and it's got the billet tail lights, LED probably. Been around a little while in Australia. Adam Reed originally brought it in, but yeah, Tim's definitely looking after it, and it's still a beautiful car, absolutely gorgeous car. And over here, we've got this weapon. This is Adam 69 Camaro. This is running a fuel injected 540 big block. Got the enormous Bayer brakes front and rear. It's got tubular control arms front and rear, 4-link. RS option on the front. Enormous rear wheels on it, but this is all fully engineered, road legal, which gives us all hope that we can do roughly the same. But and that's it for this display. Hope you enjoy the episode. Keep an eye out for future episodes and other upcoming events that might be happening. See you later.